We're trying to raise money to build the largest community, to have at least around 600 plots for 600 homes. There are many tiny home communities where they have like maybe space for 8 homes or 10, some like maybe 30, but that's still not enough. We still get a lot of people asking like, where can I park? There's just not enough places, so our Kickstarter is focusing on building the largest community so people don't have to keep searching for a place to live.
Throughout history of humankind, they all lived in close neighborhoods, and tiny home communities, we believe that will bring the people together. And as Emel was saying, they will share a lot more materials, ideas. They will help each other. There'll be a community that will living together. And
a lot of people that are into tiny homes, they're kind of like-minded. They want to do things. They want to, they'll probably have like projects that they want to do, whether it's like art or anything. Like they can easily come together and do projects together and help each other out in that way.
Tiny home community or tiny homes, yes, the space is a little smaller than a house. We love homes, but in a tiny home, we have what we need. A place to cook, place to relax, place to sleep. Those are the most important things. You can have those in tiny homes and as well as in big homes. But in big homes, you're working all your life to support that. Pay for utilities, pay for taxes, pay for whatever, for maintenance. Tiny homes take those away and make you have more time to enjoy life because which is very short, and leave you with more money in your pocket.
And we've kind of experienced, I guess, not really being in a big home, but we had a friend who had this really huge house that we Airbnb'd, and it would take, I don't know, more than 5 hours to clean everything before the next guests came in, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's in Connecticut, 10,000 square feet home with 10 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. Just electric bill is like $2,000 a month, and then heating in the winter. The tank
takes a long time to
long
heat
time,
up the place.
plus-
And guests didn't understand that. They're like, why is it so cold? It's like, you gotta wait for the house to warm up, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
But in a small house, like, it's easier to warm up during the winter.
Yes, in a tiny home, you cook. Your entire house is warm.
Yeah.
It's so yes. I mean, yes, we love to live in big homes, but the future doesn't request that anymore from us because we're working hard. 3 jobs. A lot of people I know, 1 job and then 2 full-time jobs, or one, vice versa. There's just working and working and working just to have some, the protection of a house. And yet, in a tiny home, you don't need to do that. You can work from home. You can have a lot less expense, almost no utility bills, and it's on wheels, no tax. So the only rent you probably are paying is if you built a house yourself, or if you already purchased it, paid it off. The lot that you park it in a community, and you're well off. There are 3 main kinds that since after we built ours, now there are 3 types of house. Let's say A, 1 story, single story. And usually elderly people or young people prefer that. They don't want to go up and down, up and down. And the second one is regular ones that right now 60 plus builders in the US are building and around the world. There's a first floor and then there's a sleeping loft, like 3.5, 4 feet high on the second area. But you have to crawl in. And then the third one that we built, you go upstairs. There's 2 full story, 2 actual story homes. So there are 3 types. If you want to build it, single story tiny home, there are 2 ways of doing it. If you want to build it from wood frame, that is fine. It might, depending on where you're getting your materials, it will take you a longer time to build it, but you might save a lot of money. You can build one for maybe $10,000, $15,000 for yourself over time, or you can just buy a 20 by 8 shipping container, put it on, and then you just cut the windows. styrofoam, insulate inside, cover outside, boom, you have a house. Like, you can probably, if you're a little good at it, if you're handy, maybe 2-3 weeks, you can build your own house a lot cheaper, a lot quicker. So if you buy one from other builders, we saw them. It ranges from $25,000 to all the way $150,000. It's all up to you. It's all what you want to do. 30 million people will be evicted at the end of this year because of COVID. No jobs, no income, no paying rent. Landlords are very upset, naturally. I mean, we need to understand them too, because they have a mortgage to pay. I have a friend, he owns, 20, 25 properties in New York and Connecticut. He says they're using the water, they're home all day. The utility bills are so high, they're not paying it. They're not paying rent. So he's going crazy because he thinks the banks are gonna take back. So with the COVID, we got more inquiries. People are like, oh yeah, are there any tiny house communities? Where can I, if I buy one or if I build one, where am I gonna live? This is the greatest moment,
For tiny home history. It's a good time.
I think this will turn around everything for tiny home lovers and tiny home era. With COVID, I think the alternative living style will be more and more into tiny homes on wheels and tiny home communities. We're not going to be homeless. We're not going to be out on the street. There is a way to blossom your life again in a much better, in a richer way, which all these years people have been just working for rent or mortgage. Now this will make you see the opportunity that, hey, wait a minute, I can own my own place and then live richer. And I don't have to work 24 hours a day just to keep, roof over my head. My name is Tom Saat.
My name's Emel Saat, and this is
respectthepound.com.
Yeah.